Imagine having your entire world turned upside down in the blink of an eye. That's exactly what happened to motocross racer Aaron Baker at the age of 20. Before we chat with him, here is some of his story.
I was only 3 years old when I was first introduced to a motorcycle. It was really the greatest thing in my little world at the time.
Aaron was obsessed with motocross racing, and by the time he was 17, he went pro.
The motorcycle was an important part of my identity as a young teenager.
Aaron was on the brink of stardom until one fated day, his promising career was shattered.
I was excited to test ride the new motorcycle. I really wanted to ride that day, and there was no other gasoline available except that can of expired fuel. As I was filling the tank, the hair on the back of my neck stood up. I ignored it, and I carried on. And as I was riding, the motorcycle was performing poorly. The engine sputtering, misfiring, malfunctioning. And I know that it was a result of that poor fuel. The engine seized. It locked up. It stopped running at a very crucial point of a very large jump. And that's what catapulted me over the handlebars, through the air, 80 feet above the ground. And as I landed, I heard my neck break. It was loud. It was as deafening like a gunshot.
Unbelievable. Woo! And we should add, Flight for Life transported Aaron to the hospital where doctors had to fuse his neck back together. He was paralyzed from the neck down, but get this, Aaron can walk today. So to tell us how he did it, please welcome to DBL, Aaron Baker.
Thank you for having me.
An honor to have you, Aaron.
Absolutely.
It's good to see your face here. So tell us, what did the doctors tell you about your chances of recovering from this?
Well, I had a very grim prognosis of having a 1 in a million chance of ever feeding myself again, let alone having any form of independence.
Oh my gosh. I mean, we're obviously in shock looking at this.
Eric, I almost grabbed your hand when we were watching
I know,
that.
like you actually experienced this. Your accident wasn't your only brush with death, though. So what happened after you had surgery?
That's right. The most profound experience of my life came 6 days after the initial trauma. A common secondary complication to a high-level spinal cord injury is pneumonia.
Yeah.
My lungs began to fill with fluid, and my body couldn't clear that fluid, and essentially I suffocated and flatlined. I had a near-death experience that was quite stunning, very horrific, but beautiful, blissful. Mm-hmm. And I rebuilt my life from that perspective.
Wow.
I love your attitude about the whole thing. I was watching your package with you in the background on the back wall, and just your face was expressing so many emotions while you're watching your own self tell this story. But you've written a book about all this, and it highlights the importance of family, of course, during your recovery. How did your family help you walk again?
Well, it's much more than walking again. My family, my mother specifically, has been a beacon for me, a source of light and love, unconditional love, that I could always fall back on in my most desperate days. And trust me, there have been many. But at my darkest time, I was ready to exit. I was ready to leave the earth, and it was her memory, her thought, the people that I would leave behind that kept me here and loved and supported me through all of it.
Wow. Oh my goodness, Aaron, your story is remarkable, and your resiliency is so inspirational. You've got a young daughter. How would you feel if she wanted to pursue motocross?
Well, it's quite complex now, the emotion that I feel, because I still have that little motorcycle. And not long ago, she threw her leg over it at 3 years old, and I'm there in my scooter or wheelchair, and I'm watching her excitement, and I don't know how to feel about it. It's quite complicated, but I love the joy in her eyes, and I will support anything that lights her life like that.
That picture is everything.
I know.
You know, you're not about to get me today. I feel it coming, but I'm going to be a professional and get through this question. You're just an amazing guy, and I can't imagine how proud your mom must be I mean, what a guy. You started You started Adversity and Adventure. It's an organization that you founded. Can you tell us what it's about and what do you hope to accomplish?
Well, I want to pay it forward. All the love and support that I've had over all these years has really enhanced the quality of my life, and I want to be able to give that back. I want to be able to enhance rehabilitation, recreation, and neurological research, because these three ethos have changed my life. I feel like the quality of life begins with mental, physical, and emotional well-being, and that's through rehab and that education. Recreation is the reintegration of that passionate life back into the world. And then investing in neurological research means that, we're investing in our future. And I want to be a part of a solution long term.
Wow.
And I think by doing this with this foundation, it's more than what I say, it's what I do. And we're on a world tour now, and I'm doing it with my family, my wife and my daughter. And I want my daughter to see and remember my choices, the things that I do. And I think that's the greatest gift I can give her.
Oh my gosh, Aaron, you have us all in tears over here. Big fan over here. Aaron, thank you so much for being here and for sharing your story with us. DBL Nation, to get information on Aaron's journey and how you can help, please visit his website. Thank you again. We'll be right back. Thank you, Aaron.
Thank you.
Thank you all.